And this is my monologue called The Life of the Nicest Girl You've Met. I don't think I can do this. I mean, I love my family and my friends and I mean everyone, but sometimes I can't tell if myself is included. I mean, people tell me I'm a nice girl, perhaps the nicest girl they've met, but is that too nice? Am I looking out for me or just others? At this point, I can't tell. And it sucks. It really, really does. Because if I'm not there for me, who will be? I mean, it's not my best trait and surely not my favorite, but it's not permanent. It's just temporary. But when I look back, I've always been like this. Always. From pull-ups to present. I've had all this time to change. Time not to care, time not to please. But I haven't. Not exactly. But I'll change. Sometime. Since I was a little girl, littler than this, I've made it my job to be friendly, sweet, approachable. You know that one girl in the back of your class who gave out mechanical pencils and passed out cupcakes on her birthday? That's who I wanted to be. I wanted to be the girl that was adored, loved, and sweeter than sugar. But as I got older, I found the downsides to that lifestyle. It's okay turned into excuses for others' actions, and pencil giveaways meant leaving the crappy ones for myself. And even thinking about changing from people-pleasing was a no-go. Attempting to lead off from people-pleasing caught, "Are you okay if you're not acting like yourself today?" from my peers, as if this brainwashed robot was the only version that they knew of me. And things like that really concern me. It means I haven't changed a bit. It means I've sucked up for so long, even those I love and know personally don't know me. Just her. The one who apologizes for others' mistakes. And the one who gives up her own possessions because a smile makes her day. The one who's been here this entire time and not once has been there for herself. And things like that is what causes me to think, I can't do this.
So excited. I look at the dark sky and the stars stare back at me with a warm smile. I'm so excited. I was on my way to see a play with my mom. I feel the excitement and thrill as we get closer to the church. We talk about nothing as we get closer. I fiddle with my hair as I'm on the phone with my friends, talking about the play I'm about to see. But then I start to feel a sort of pressure or bad feeling in my gut. It makes me think, should I even be going to see this? But nah, it's alright, I'll be fine. And besides, I'm way too excited to be thinking about some silly stuff like that. We get to the stoplight, suddenly the bright red light starts to glare back at me like it knew something I didn't. Lots and lots of cars race past our car like there's no tomorrow. Then my mom makes the turn into the church parking lot, and I see the car. So small to get so big, racing towards us. That's when all of my excitement just leaps out of me, like a ballerina leaping across the big stage. Everything was right. I opened my eyes to see the absolute mess that was right in front of me. I turn and ask my mom if she's okay because I wanted to make sure she was. She tells me that she's okay and that we should probably get out of the car. I get my phone off the ground and go out of my mom's door because it's mine, not his. As I help my mom to the sidewalk, I start to get confused because I feel perfectly fine. We sit down and my mom starts to check in front of her. She looks at my ear and touches the back of it. And when I see my hand, I don't even know what to say. I had never thought that I could see blood, so much of it coming from myself. Then my mom tries to stay on, but winces in pain. Then I start to cry, and it feels like I can't stop. I was so scared, but not for myself. When the ambulances finally got there, I already knew that me and my mom would have to be separate. As I get some help into the ambulance, I feel fine, but also terrible. Like I had no control of the situation. We got to the hospital, and I got get glue stitches. When I was getting the stitches in, I only think that I wanted everything to go back to normal. But it shouldn't have happened in the first place. That I shouldn't have been so excited just for everything to go back to normal. But after a couple of days of recovery, I did finally feel like I was in control. So if you feel like anything is ever messed up, you just have to build back up to it. Everything will end up okay. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Neva Wilson and I'll be reading my monologue, Blind. Have you ever wondered what it's like to be blind? No matter who you are, I'm sure that everyone has played pretend as a kid. Girls will put on their mother's heels and walk around like they're a princess or a superstar. They might even pick up a wooden spoon and see their microphone. Boys might walk around and grab a stick. Then suddenly they're a pirate defending their ship from a rival crew. It was once said, imagination is everything. It is a preview of life's coming attractions, and I couldn't agree more. As a child, I often played a similar game of pretend. I would close my eyes and walk around the house. I wanted to see what it was like to be blind. Yeah. It was never a moment where it wasn't a challenge. Sometimes I got turned around or something got moved. But, no, it's just a game. And I make the rules, and I can change it whenever I wanted to. There are things in life that I find undeniably beautiful. Sunsets after a long day inside. Flowers in a beautiful spring meadow, or the ocean waves crashing on the shore. Michael B. Jordan's dimpled smile, and my favorite band piece. My grandmother's big, beautiful doe eyes, and a buttery seafood boil. I wish I had recognized that sort of beauty before it was threatened. At 16, I was diagnosed with pseudotumor cerebri. To put it simply, there was too much pressure on my brain, and it pretty much acted like a tumor. I got so sick, and the only thing that could treat it was a little white pill used for altitude sickness. What started as slight blurriness, maybe a headache, quickly turned into double vision, and that into little black spots. It felt like my eyes were dipped in motor oil. If I didn't take my pills on time, or if I forgot a dose, I'd know it soon enough. I'd see things. Swirls of rainbows, shadows, or floaters. I couldn't even handle being outside because of how painful it was to my eyes. To many, the idea of blindness doesn't sound scary, but to me, it felt like I was losing my grip on what tied me to the world. It wasn't just my eyes, but my hands, my feet, my body. I felt trapped. I lived this way for about a year before I saw some relief. But it came. After all the spinal tests, we found that my meds were working. During that time, we discovered some other health issues I had. But I still felt hopeful. I was finally feeling good enough to leave my bed. My migraines weren't as frequent, and I could tolerate the daylight. Remission would take years, and there would always be the risk of relapse. But that's all right. On the other side of pain, fear, and isolation, I was reborn, because I've seen something I could never have imagined. Thank you. Now, another narrator, she was unable to be here today, and so I'll be reading for her. Keep in mind that I am not a preteen girl, but you'll have to use your imagination and just bear with me a little bit. This is titled Hard Times by Ariana. To be honest, being a preteen is hard to be during these times. Too much responsibility, too much time taken away from my life I should have lived. Too many things to remember. I feel guilty not wanting to help all the time, but at the same time, I want to live my life. And as a middle child in middle school, I shouldn't have this much responsibility. I feel way too pushed to do my best, but I can't. I'm human just like everyone else. I have flaws too. And when I finally get time to myself, something always gets in the way. For example, My mom works, which means I have to watch my siblings. One's 13 years old. She's special needs, so I have to constantly watch over her. She also has a condition where she sneaks food, which makes it way worse than it already is. But so what if she's older than me? She's not as mature as me. And sometimes I wish I wasn't as mature as I am. I wish I could change who I am. But I can't. I want to prove to people that I'm mature enough to handle certain situations, not all of them. People compliment me daily on that, on how mature I am. But sometimes it's too much for me. Too many compliments at once. And I sing, and I dance, and I act. And when I'm done, they'll run up to me and kiss my cheek. It's so disgusting. I just want to have a normal middle schooler life. A life without so much responsibility. A life where I don't have to remind my siblings to brush their teeth. My other sibling, Xavier, is 8 years old. But he acts like he can't do anything. Yeah, he's young, and I get that, but not too young to start cleaning more. He doesn't even try to clean most days. Unless my mom or big sister bribes him, he's so obsessed with sweets, so that's what they use. Or taking his phone away. I try to teach him how to be independent, but it seems like it's not really working. He likes when people do things for him. Like he wasn't gifted with legs and arms. Hopefully, one day, he'll learn how to be more independent. He's so addicted to his phone, it's crazy. Always playing games, always on YouTube. He can barely tie his shoes on his own. How about you go on YouTube and look up how to tie your shoes? My older sister, she's nice, but sometimes we have our moments. I know she's older and buys stuff for my birthday and comes to my concerts, but sometimes we argue for no reason. I get it if she has a reason to raise her voice, but she doesn't. And, you know, we always have something negative to say at the end of our arguments. As we're all getting older, our sibling bond is breaking, and I hope it gets better one day. I'm getting older, and as I'm doing so, I'm becoming more responsible and more independent. I'm already thinking about college, about jobs, about how I want my future career to look like. I'm working at Coldstone at 14, so I can be more independent. And the college I'm trying to get to is Yale University. I need to work hard to get to that point, and I can't have any distractions during that. So I'm going to just push past that and keep going, because if I want to get to the top, I need to be strict on how I am. Thank you.
Alright. Hello everybody. My name is Trinity Perkins and I'm going to be reading my monologue titled, That Word Felt Like Acid. It was finally the weekend after a long week. The weather had been beautiful and sunny, but by the time my mom and I headed out to walk around Easton, it was already evening. We were having the best time just walking, laughing, talking, and completely being ourselves, not bothering a single person in sight. By this time, we were walking close to P.F. Chang's. But then, this car drives right past us. Inside was a white man, and he leans out the window and shouts the N-word at us. I knew instantly it was directed at us because we were the only ones standing on that sidewalk. That word felt like acid. I felt shocked and angry, like the air had been knocked out of me. My stomach twisted, and my chest felt tight. Part of me wanted to say something back, but mostly felt hurt, like someone had decided who I was worth before they even knew me. But words only hurt when you let them. It was a coward's attempt to rewrite our way when his ancestors took our music, art, hair, fashion, antics. When my knuckles turned white, ready to fight, I looked at my mother, standing in light. She didn't flinch. She didn't bow low. She held all the power they'll never hold. She held my hand, her grip warm and strong, and walked us back to our car. When we got back to the car, we sat down and talked about it. My mom reminded me of who we really are. We are children of God. That word is born out of pure hate. You are a beautiful,
smart, kind black girl Trinity. They have that word, but we hold the crown. And nothing can stir our lives now. So, we kept our stride and the role of history running thick in my blood. And honestly,